Recording was good. It was a long, tedious process that I don't think we were entirely prepared for until things kind of started coming together the way we were wanting it to. Um, yeah, I mean, like we had a whole bunch of songs that we had sitting around from when we were doing music before, and a lot of those projects turned into songs that were like, okay, well, let's just rewrite. So we rewrote, and we rewrote, and we rewrote, and wrote some more, and now we have this album, and it's been cool to see it kind of come into fruition and see it come to life a little bit. I don't think it's anywhere. I think it's way better than we even thought it would end up being at the end of the day. The final product has been pretty rad to hear so far. So
Super good. It took a lot of time. We rewrote a lot, wrote in a lot of studios, recorded it a lot of different places. But overall, I'm really happy with how it came out.
It was good. It was long. It was hard. We wrote it all a long time ago. We've been working on it for like 6 years. It was, all written prior, and then we kind of just like rewrote stuff or wrote new songs to throw with it, just to have our own flair now. And yeah, it's been a long process, hard process, but like,
I came in pretty late, and as far as like the process of this album goes, they were just finishing it up as I came into the band like 5-6 months ago. So, had a little input here, a little input there, some vocals here, some vocals there.
yeah, so Haunted is a song that's supposed to talk about making mistakes, and learning from those mistakes in a way that you don't necessarily know how you're going to learn from the jump. We all do pretty stupid shit in our lifetimes, and Haunted is supposed to be sort of a talking point around doing something horrible, something terrible, something stupid, something that we never thought we were capable of doing, and still trying to find some kind of way for us to take from that and be better going forward. More so on the other side of things is making a mistake and then living with the consequences of that mistake as well. So one of the things that I like to do when I write is talk a lot about one angle of things, but try to go another level deeper. I think that a lot of bands talk about, us fucking up, doing something stupid, but not a lot of bands talk about how when that happens, there are consequences, and we don't always have the option to, deal with those consequences one way or another. I think realistically speaking, it's good for us to kind of look at it from that angle. So yeah, Haunted was a song I wrote sort of, after doing some stuff that I wasn't necessarily proud of. I used to be a person I wasn't necessarily proud of, and Haunted was something that I wrote to kind of get me through that hump into becoming an adult, becoming a father, and making my life, curating a life that I could actually be happy with. And Haunted kind of helped me get to that next spot. So
Haunted. Well, Haunted was like another song before that. It was rewritten like 3 or 4 times, but I really like how it came out. It's actually really crazy. There was like a lot of leads on it that we took off.
Okay.
And made it way more what it is now. So
some reconstruction.
Yeah, so it just I'm super stoked with how that one came out, and I'm glad that everybody likes it too.
Haunted's a good one. We started working on Haunted actually in a previous band we were in a long time ago before we kind of called it quits and, rekindled it, got it back together. But that song's been rewritten probably more than any of our other songs. It's been changed tuning, we switched tuning, went heavier with it, we've done everything with that song. It was really great to kind of grow with that song because I feel like that was probably one of the first songs we actually wrote together. And the fact that it actually made it under our debut EP, it's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, so I remember Haunted dropped back in 2020 when, again, I wasn't in the band yet. So I was living like outside of Granite Falls, like 10 miles out in the woods. I remember seeing like logging onto Facebook and seeing just like post after post after post, like from friends, like saying like Drift Away Haunted. And I was like, okay, what's this? Wait a minute. I know that dude on guitar and that dude on vocals. Checked it out and was like, oh, whoa. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I was like, this is from Portland? This is nuts. It was amazing. And then to like go from hearing that song coming up like 3 years ago now and to now like I'm playing that song live with the dudes that wrote it. Sick.
Air Stand Still, that's a really good one. It's kind of got a new metal-y vibe, you know. It's got a lot of the kind of just, you know, head bobbing and gets heavy with the palm mutes and all that kind of stuff.
Okay,
It's a pretty good song, I feel like, to overall play. It's not our heaviest song, but it's, you know, it's got that drive that people like. It's got a lot of energy, you know, for live performances, things like that.
It gets the people going.
It does. It gets the people going, like Kanye and, you know, Jay-Z said. They know. They know. They know.
On to something.
Yeah.
So where the air stands still is where Haunted was talking about making mistakes and having suffered the consequences of them. Where the air stand still talks about grieving the results of those mistakes, having something horrible happen to you and having to handle the grief of what happened, because a lot of us don't know how to handle that grief. I mean, I would go as far as say that a majority of people have no clue how to handle grief appropriately.
Not wrong.
Yeah, so I think that where the air stands still was interesting to write, because I mean a lot of people do a lot of things and have terrible things happen to them and they don't necessarily know how to go about that. You know, sometimes it is a friend that did them wrong, sometimes it's losing a loved one, sometimes it's having a, you know, significant other cheat on you, you know, with their coworker or something like that. You know, sometimes it's losing just a friend, generally speaking, you know. In my case, it could be losing, you know, yourself a little bit in your life, you know. And so the song, respectability is, you know, could be hashed out in any sort of way there, but grieving anything that you've lost, you know, like a girlfriend who did you a little bit dirty before, you know, and you didn't know how to handle it, but, you know, trying to do the best that you can with trying to, you know, deal with losing that thing that you thought was going to be around for a long time. You know what I mean? And they just did you dirty anyways. But yeah, it's a song. It's a song about loss and try to handle that grief of that loss. You know?
Yeah. So yeah, again, like I wasn't in the recording process for this one. I didn't have any input on like the riffs or anything like that. But I was in the filming for the music video, which is okay. That's how do you get past? I was in the music video for this one, and it was a lot of fun filming that. I got really sweaty because I'm not used to like. I mean, that's the first music video I've ever made, but like the song's a banger, dude. Like that ending breakdown when y'all hear it, oof, it's crispy.
Which one is that one?
Swagger Thoughts.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, is it? Yeah, it is.
Okay. I always get the names wrong because I go by code names. I just name them whatever crap we can come up with in my files and just go by that. So, yeah, that one was good. That one's really fun, really cool. There was a lot of different things that went into it. That one was like one that we just like wrote off the top. I don't think it came from another song, so that was like a fresh original that we weren't just rewriting. Yeah, it was good. It was fun.
Yeah, so never really hear if you look up the lyrics of the song. It's pretty cut and dry, like breakup song, right? Yeah, I know that's corny and tacky to say, but like, I mean, your band has to have it. But it's a breakup song in regards to like, you know, any sort of breakup that you can really have, whether it is, with you and a friend. You know, a friend does something dirty to you, and you say, stop, I don't want you in my life anymore. You know, family sometimes, you know, doesn't do things that are very respectful to us. You have to learn how to, you know, break that boundary with them too. Or it could be someone that, you know, you were dating for a while and, you know, significant other, and they just so happen to do something horrible to you, and you need to say, enough, right? Because like one day you found out that, you know, they had a coworker that they were seeing behind your back at nighttime, and you didn't find out until you saw like a bruise on their neck.
Ooh, that was our second single. That's a really fun one because it's a really good mixture of, we got some of the Queen and some of the heavier aspects we use throughout the songs. I feel like it's a really good explanation of who we are. Like, if you had one song to describe a band kind of thing, it kind of captures everything we do, you know? And it's got this one riff that I really like. I feel like it's a fan favorite. It goes... Then does some other stuff, but you know, everyone likes it. It's kind of cool. It's
Tasty.
It tastes all right.
And you were like, hey, what's this bruise? And they were like, it's nothing. I was moving and I dropped a box on my neck. You were like, that doesn't even make any fucking sense, right? You know what I mean? Like those times that you have.
Specific.
And then you like,
Yeah, it's a really good song. Yeah, I really like the lyrics. I won't be waiting here for you, stuff like that. Pretty sick solo.
Anything else to add on
I mean, like, it's pretty emotional. I think they pretty much covered that. I wasn't, second song came out. I wasn't in the band yet, so I just kind of play it live. You know what I mean?
Never really here. Well, that one was, I think, another original that we came up with. We wanted to be see if we could go a little more pretty and see what people thought about it.
Excuse me. Hey, you somewhere I can plug this in? Are you still doing like the thing?
Bro.
Oh, sorry.
Anyways.
either way, it's a breakup song. It's I want to write it from a perspective of being able to be a little bit more universal for people, because it does have some stuff that is more self-penetrative of, this is my fault. It's my fault that like you found someone else. It's my comfort in someone else, like your coworker. You know what I mean? That like, at night you weren't thinking of me, you were thinking of them. And like their face and not mine, even though I was paying for things. You know what I mean? Trying my hardest. But it's got a whole bunch of different levels. So I think that it's a pretty well-rounded song as far as what the audience can take from it.
Cold Sweat. Okay, that one's a little crazy, because that one was a little bit of a production mess for me, but it was a really fun song. It was only a production mess because it was like my first time trying to put a female singer in a metal song. It's the first time I had ever tried doing that, so I was just like, I had some fun with it, but it was also just like a learning curve.
A new adventure.
Yeah, so like just processing on the voices and like different things to do, there's a lot of crazy sounds and like, things that we tried to make crazy in that song. So like there's a lot of effects and processing that, makes it really fun. Really big learning curve, but really fun.
Cold Sweat is, it's a song that Mindy's on, Poetry Moth. She does an incredible job of her guest spot on that song. Just, God, she writes killer stuff, dude. It's incredible to work with her. But Cold Sweat, from a lyrical standpoint, so Cold Sweat is the downfall of that grieving process, right? It is the acceptance that you're going to have to deal with the pain of this. And it's easy to blame yourself in that grieving process of trying to say like, hey, like everything around me feels like it's kind of falling through the floor right now, you know? One day like come home and realize like, wow, she did cheat on me. You know what I mean? She did do it. And you found out through their coworker.
It's got a feature. The breakdown's really sick. That one took me like a half hour to learn. Like at the end, you know what I mean? It's like really heavy. Why can't I go forward? Yeah. Chorus is money, dude. Like, I can't move forward.
Some really good stuff.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, it's my favorite song, like, hands down.
Have you tried Force Push?
Their coworker just told you, yeah, no, what happened? I'm sorry. And so you say, well, what the fuck? Why would you do that to me? I mean, why would you do that to me? Right? And they don't have any answers. They have no answers for you.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's the one featuring Mindy, Poetry Moth, and she killed that song.
I've heard very good things.
I don't know, man. I feel like that's going to be one of the fan favorites. That solo, as soon as I played that solo, Ernell was like, that's going on the album. You're not changing a thing about it. And it's been the same ever since we wrote it forever ago. That's the one part I think that made it all the way through.
Okay.
You go home and you cry yourself to sleep at night for 3 days straight because they don't have any fucking answers for you, you know? And you try so fucking hard. So, I'm sorry. Dude.
It's okay. Take as much time as you need.
Sorry, puts a tear in my eyes sometimes. It's a heavy song. I mean, it's an emotionally driven song. Wow, that point in my life. I mean, in the audience's life, to be, take them anywhere, any direction from there. You know what I'm saying? No one knows how to handle a broken relationship very well, right? Mm-hmm. Especially one that somebody else kind of came into the picture for. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Anyways,
It's okay.
Don't make a sound. Well, that one was a good one. It was definitely a little bit more difficult. It was really fun with like some of the different like ambient sounds and different things we did, and like strings and stuff in the chorus and whatnot. But then like the Ernell singing, like great singer. Took us forever to nail it down just because hitting pitch and like all the things that you need in production, But then also on my end, just mixing it together, making it all sound nice and sound good and sound right. It was really my end with just like different, EQ and compression to make things sound good in the way we want to.
Ooh, that's a good one. That one almost didn't even make the cut. We had another song that we were actually going to put on. You may hear it one day. And long story short, we rewrote this one like right before we submitted everything for the final production. And we were just like, this has to be on the album. We have to put this out now. So we ended up streamlining it, getting all that done. And honestly, I think it was partly the solo that brought it all through. You know, the part where it starts going like this, and then you know, it repeats a little bit, but it has some other like arpeggiated parts, and then there's like some other tap kind of parts throughout it.
Took the singing and like processed the living hell out of it and turned it down almost all the way and put it underneath of it to give it like a washed out like ambient sound that's still in the vocals, like in the vocal pitch and range and stuff. So like that was super fun. And like just, you know, recording the crazy solo that Bryce has, that was super fun. You know, having to record it, figure out exactly what it was, and then like record it a few more times to get the actual solo nailed, and then to like make it as clean as possible. You know, we, you know, did some studio things. You know, he played at full speed in the end, but we like to nail it down 100%. We like spread it out and or like slowed it down and then like sped it up and like did a whole bunch of things to just get it, and then he nailed it.
I can get it. I promise. Just give me a chance to play it. They said I couldn't get it good enough for the album, and I proved them wrong. Okay? Okay?
I believe in you.
Okay. God fucking damn it! So yeah, that's when the arpeggio starts repeating again, and there's like these little tapping parts, and it's basically just these like shell chord little shapes that I'm actually playing, but I'm actually like, you know.
So it was yeah, it was fun. It was good. A lot of different production things, and yeah.
If it's anything, I hope it's these riffs, man. We'd be riffing hard, and let me show you my favorite one before you leave.
Okay.
It starts out like this, but then it starts going like...
Groundbreaking.
Listen, okay? What do you think? Do you think it competes with the other ones, or do you think it's better? Or?
A godsend. Epic.
Our God is an awesome God. Here.
Oh, fucking hell. I don't know. Put it in their disc player and then it doesn't come out. I don't know. Hour on that fucking boss. Next question.
I just hope they feel something from it. I hope they take an emotion or take something from, you know, our emotions and what we're putting out there and what like we're putting into our music, you know, because like I said at the beginning, we've been working on this for 6, closer to 7, if not 8 years. We've been a band that long, and I just, you know, I hope that people can see how much, you know, effort and time and, you know, pain and, you know, things that we put into this, how much like we've been at each other's throats, and we've been, you know, friends. We've been, you know, there's a few months where I wasn't even in the band. We've gone through different names. We've gone through so much. So I just hope that people can take an emotion from it and like take something from what we put out.
Piece of art that we have put all of our love and energy into. And I hope at the end of the day, our audience remembers that.
Well, I can feel the emotion from it in every aspect, and glad to. Oh my god!
You good?
You can get it.